And he told me, open, don't be afraid. And it hurt me to say that. This is my apartment, I paid for it. Why would I be afraid? And I know from my security background, when I say that this door is closed, it is closed. Almighty God himself cannot open it. And I wiggle with the knob and the door opens. I turn around to say thank you to the guy. There was no truck, there was no tire prints, there was no voice for this big truck or anything. I went to the street just up the building and looked right and left, because we always have to start with right. I looked like there is nothing. The street was abandoned. And I just remembered that this time I never told him where I live. So I went inside my apartment, made sure that the door locked, and I just took a corner and sit in it, and I don't know what to do. And then I started to, it's time to pray. I need to have some time to reflect. So I went and washed up, and I put my prayer rug, faced Qibla, and wanted to start praying, and I can't even recite Fatiha. You know, Fatiha is the surah, the first surah of the Quran, and that we have to recite with every rak'ah in the salah. And I can't even remember it. And I sat down and said, God, what's going on? I didn't hear anything. The second day I said, God, come on, I am tired. Please save me from my own self. And after a while, I found myself saying, Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I heard myself saying that, so I did like that on my mouth. I couldn't finish it. And every time I tried to speak, I found myself saying, Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I called up my friends and told them to come here. And believe me, if they were riding an ambulance, they wouldn't come faster. They came in, didn't knock on the door, they kicked the door in, and when I told them, your Lord is my Lord, your Savior is my Savior, they just start jumping, hugging me, and I'm not understanding what's going on. So I told them, okay, now enough with the hugging, tell me what's going on. So they explained to me from the very beginning how a man is sinful, how God had a plan for salvation, how his son had to shed his blood for my salvation, and they took me through the whole 9 yards, and at this time I accepted Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. Now I can put my head on the pillow and just go straight to sleep without thinking how much I'm going to lie, or try to remember the lies I did the other day so I can keep consistent. I don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. I am not worrying about where I'm going to work, where I'm going to go. I'm just having peace. I am sleeping for the first time in my life. I used to wake up early in the morning to go and do Adhan al-Fajr. That's about 4 o'clock in the morning to wake people up to do prayer. Now I can put my eyes and sleep. It's like somehow I am debt free. And somehow I have a backbone. Somehow I have a Father who is strong and mighty, that I can run to him and ask of him, and he's going to protect me and take me in his arms, and I will feel secure for the first time in my life. And I started to feel love toward people. If you were my enemy while I was a Muslim, if you are stronger than I will wait for you till you're turning around, and I'm going to hate you hard that you will never know what hit you. Now, if you are my enemy, I even love you more than my brother. I used to hate the Jews. I used to hate the Christians. Now I love all people. It doesn't matter what color, what race, what nationality, what religion. I just love you because I know that my God, my Savior, loved you and died for you. My heart goes out to my Muslim people, especially my family. I know how good they are. I know how godly people they are. They love God. They worship God. They will do anything for God. But which God? They are deceived. They don't know the true God. Imagine that. How would they do to a loving God that interact with them and takes them as children instead of a deceiving, hard, far away God? You know, they are not bad people. They are very good people. They are more religious than us. Because when you look at it, they are doing what Allah is telling them to do. They are following the doctrine of Islam. They are following the teaching of their faith. And if they can do that to such a faraway God, imagine what can they do for a true, loving God. And it's our turn and our responsibility as ambassadors for Christ, as we have tasted the sweetness of the salvation, to show them the light, to show them the truthfulness and faithfulness of God and His love. And they will know that He, Jesus Christ, is the Lord and Savior.